Good day, awesome YouTubers. It is LollyMan16 here again for another Dragon Ball Super discussion. Today we're going to be talking about the second part of my 4 and potentially 5-part series known as the best OSTs. And today we're going to be looking at the Resurrection F arc, but specifically we will be analyzing some of my favorite tracks from that arc and what they meant in terms of the overall story and how that really helped the arc out. And as always, I will do 5 of these, depending on not if I want to do one for this latest arc. And I will not be covering some of the really awesome OSTs because they show up later in the Goku Black arc and have a much different meaning. So let's go ahead with number 4. It's called Indescribable or Inescapable Fear. It's when Goku and Golden Frieza, they kind of square up for the match. This was on episode 25, I believe. And yeah, I know it's the infamous episode 25, other than the infamous episode 5. But it looks like it was animated by, Masahiro Shimanuki, or at least the corrections were made by Shimanuki. Go and watch AJ's videos on those. He does excellent breakdowns, but that's not what we're talking about. Sumitomo really changed the score up for this arc. Not too much. I'd say the Goku Black arc had the most changes out of all the 5 arcs, or I guess you can call it 5 arcs. Now with the Universe Survival arc, but Inescapable Fear. It's when Goku and Frieza squared up, and it's got this. It's kind of ominous, but it kind of builds to a. When they clash, it kind of builds up to it. It's like a that there's a lot of drums involved, and it's just a really cool piece. I always like to play this piece when there's a dramatic scene, and Sumitomo definitely does this as well. So going on to number 3 on my list, we have the one. I'm not sure which one exactly this is called. I think this is Frieza Resurrected theme. It's also in episode 25. It's when basically Goku is fighting Frieza and he's kind of being beat down. Frieza obviously has the upper edge, and it's the scene in the episode 25 where Frieza mentions to Goku that he will pulverize him into space dust. Yeah, I know a TFS reference there, but really cool one. It's basically it's either this one, the Frieza is resurrected, or the one that I'm referring to is called the counterattack, something counterattack. But anyway, it's really cool, and I really enjoy it. Let's move on to number 2 on the list. Number 2 is this one. It's episode 24. When Frieza transforms into his final form, animated Mai Naoki Tate, and this is an awesome, another really cool piece. It's used later on, I think, by Champa, but I'm pretty sure it's used by Champa later on in the Universe 6 Champa arc. But in terms of this scene, again, Sumitomo is pretty good at doing these things. I would say these are the best, but it does give a pretty cool feel and sense of tension and sense of fear. I mean, you can't deny that transformation was pretty cool looking, and for the overall scene, it made it look pretty menacing. Even though we've seen Frieza before, Sumitomo really manages to get the job done with this scene. So the last one that I'm looking at, number 1, my favorite one. Actually, that's not the one I'm looking for. It's Let me describe it to you. It's the Golden Frieza theme, okay? It's when Frieza transforms into his final form. I think it's episode 24. I might be wrong. It might be 25. No, wait a minute. No, it has to be 24 because 25 is the episode where Frieza fought Goku, at least in the beginning. So it's episode 24 in the middle section. After Goku transforms into Super Saiyan Blue, Frieza also reveals to Goku that he had a secret 5th form, and it's called Golden Frieza. And in the movie version, I liked it a lot, but I think this one actually might be better in the Dragon Ball Super anime version, you know, because Sumitomo, again, I've said this before in my previous video, but Sumitomo is really, really good at doing orchestrated music. He's like an excellent guy. I think that's what his main specialty is for, you know, the whole thing of having different types of orchestras playing. This one, for example, it's high notes, but it's a ominous high notes. I can't play it for you guys, but you can easily go look it up. Really cool stuff here. Man, was that good when I first saw it. Even though I've seen this arc already and I've watched it in the movie version, and I'm about to watch it in the dub when it comes out, you know, which will be a while yet, at least several months. But again, this scene, I mean, it's so impactful. Even though, like, even if you disagree with the animation and the artwork overall, I mean, of course, there's scheduling and production problems there, especially in the Resurrection F's arc. It is fixed now, or at least it's better. It's not 100%, you know, good, quote unquote, but it's a better schedule, I say. But regardless of that, even though if you disliked everything else, you can't deny that that scene when Frieza transforms, Sumitomo really stepped it up, and I really come to appreciate Sumitomo's orchestras. If I want to see orchestrated music, Sumitomo really does a good job. Now, whether I think it's better than the movie or not, I'm not really sure. I'd have to think about that. I'd probably say in some parts yes, and in some parts maybe not. I don't know, but overall, those are my 5 that I thought were the best. Leave your comments down below what you thought the best OST in Resurrection F arc was, and I'll see you guys for part 3, which will be covering the Champa arc. So stay tuned for that. If you liked the discussion today, you can go ahead and leave a thumbs up and subscribe for all the greatest Dragon Ball and RuneScape and gaming and all that content. I'll see you guys down the road. Stay awesome, everybody, and have a good one.